Welcome back to the Y Factor. Today's presentation, Mumbai Saga. Sanjay Gupta is back with another crime thriller saga episode of Mumbai's dark underbelly. Recently they've been promoting it a lot, like how Bombay became Mumbai. Originally promoted with an all-star cast of Jackie Shroff, Sunil Shetty, Ronit Roy, Gulshan Grover, Prateek Babbar, and John Abraham and Imran Hashmi, with Bhushan Kumar producing, Sanjay Gupta directing, Amol Gupte. Somehow Jackie seems to have missed out. I guess that's the role which eventually has come in the lap of Mahesh Manjrekar. All in all, it's a multi-star cast film just like any Sanjay Gupta's. So he now again delves into another gangster of Mumbai city, this time known as Amartya Rao, also known as DK Rao in popular circles. Where the movie scores in terms of style, panache, pizzazz, an ace which Sanjay Gupta always scores. I've been a fan of his films right from Aatish. Even Kabil was technically superior. But again, first 15 minutes down the film, and you feel a gap, a vacuum. And that is that you do not connect with any character in the film. So even John Abraham, even though from the word go, from his first shot, he is trying to be very earnest as the innocent vegetable vendor who turns into a gangster. But you don't feel his pain. You don't feel his glory. You don't feel anything for him. So the first half literally goes in John's meteoric rise. But even that rise is not highlighted in any form. It's just that he's risen. Time has gone. I mean, they show initially the opening sequences of Mahesh Manjrekar, the minister, giving a speech, and John committing a murder in Ballard Estate, all in broad daylight. And the movie goes on to a flashback. They say around 12 years ago, somewhere in mid-80s. I don't know why they kept that lacuna, because clearly in the railway station they show the photograph of Andha Kanun. So it was obviously after the movie release, so it's 83 or 84. Why the ambiguity they wanted to play with, I don't understand, but sure, not a problem. They have not claimed it to be accurate historical data as such, although in the end, in the credits, they do mention it that way, which again is very ambiguous. The entire highlight of the film somehow comes in at the interval point. And then you feel after that, okay, Imran Hashmi is the only actor in the film. Everybody else is playing their part just to look nice in Sanjay Gupta's beautifully shot sepia tone frame. So be it Sunil Shetty in his cameo of a South Indian Don being shot at the Gateway of India in his boat, black lungi et al, fantastic look. Be it Mahesh Manjrekar shown as the erstwhile Marathi leader, beautifully portrayed. Means after Imran, Mahesh Manjrekar has done a good job in the film. So if I'm just assuming if Jackie was originally selected for that role, then he would have been super brilliant. So Mahesh Manjrekar and Imran Hashmi are the two actors in the film who've done a good job. Gulshan Grover, after a long time you've seen him in a role, very well played. He's another Anil Kapoor, but less highlighted, that he's still so young at his age, effortlessly. So barring this, Ronit Roy gives an average performance. Rohit Roy, sorry, I keep getting confused. Prateek Babbar is there, but somehow doesn't rise up to the occasion. Shah Zandawa is decent. Kajal Agarwal has hardly anything to do. Bacha kaun? Sameer Soni is okay. So you don't feel Amol Gupte tries so hard, but he is not being able to come out of his Kamine cliche. So then you feel that okay, you don't relate to any character, you don't feel for any character. The only character you feel for is Imran Hashmi, and he is not the antagonist in the film, but then John doesn't live up to be a protagonist either. So that's where the writing by Sanjay Gupta, the screenplay, everything goes for a toss. Like how in Vastav they had shown beautifully that Raghunath Shivalkar had grown because of his mentor, the minister, and when he does something wrong over and above what the minister's instructions explicitly were, that's when the minister disconnects with him. Here, they've gone about it in a very roundabout manner, trying to build up a suspense without any spoiler alert, but it doesn't come across as that way. So, what was Imran's end game? There's no justification for it. Was he in for the money? Was he in for the love of law, which comes across sporadically when he's talking to Amol Gupte, but doesn't come across ever with John that he's trying to catch a criminal? That's why he's doing it. Because eventually they show him as a erstwhile Shakha Pramukh. Again, trying to get into the wheels within wheels. Gulshan Grover. They've shown him initially in the flashback or something as a narcotics dealer who's in the same lockup as John, who's John come for the first time. And John is the one who bails him out in 5 days' time. But then later when they show Gulshan, who's become a kingpin of narcotics and he has police guys on his payroll and everything, he seems to be more connected with the cops and all than John does. So was Gulshan always so connected as Khan, or did he rise after that and becomes better than John in his connections because he presents things to John which John seems honestly daft about? So with this khichdi, you have again another stylized presentation by Sanjay Gupta, trying to showcase Mumbai's underworld, but in the writing department it falls flat. Music is very bad, so there is no song which you can hum to. Honey Singh's song also, which comes as an item number in the so-called Amazon bar, which I don't understand why were they trying to play on that, because they had to beep it out in the film. So it's very thanda. So so there's lack of music. Not to forget the Mission Impossible inspired fight. Again falls flat. The highlight of the film is the taxi scene between John and Imran. Beautiful writing by Sanjay Gupta for that particular scene alone. And Imran's characterization little bit. Otherwise, the mistake that he makes is not a single character has any emphasis, any emotional attachment towards it. Even Mahesh Manjrekar also, what he is doing in a pure lust for power. Anjana Sukhani is wasted. Samir Soni is okay. Poor guy tries his best as the Harvard returned mill owner. Akash Khanna is hardly there for one scene. So all in all, Mumbai Saga is just Mumbai Khichdi. Does it have the Y factor? Unfortunately, no. I would go with a 1.5 out of 5.